Hey guys, and welcome to PJ's Coin Capers. So about a week or so ago I did a video, 5 coins you must have, and that's the video down the bottom here. It was a bit over a week ago, and I wanted to do another video, a follow-up video on that. So this is technically part 2. So I've got another 5 coins I reckon all Australian coin collectors should aim to try and own at some stage, and they'll certainly fit into any coin collector's collection very well. So the first coin that we're going to be having a look at today is a coin that I have had on the channel before, but yeah, I think I've had most of these. I've had almost all of these coins on the channel, but we've certainly spoken about this one. But a lot of you probably are not familiar with it, and that is a coin that is actually not even an Australian coin, and it's the 1797 cartwheel penny. Okay, so technically it's a British coin, and it's a proclamation coin, and technically some people do advertise it that it's a First Fleet coin, but it's probably, you know what I mean, it's in that sort of era. But I thought we'd have a look at it today, and this is one that I absolutely love, and it's a nice big chunky coin, and you can pick these up very cheap, and you won't have much detail on them, such as the example we've got here. See, like that kind of thing, very minimal detail, and you can pick them up very cheap. So these coins actually weigh 2 ounces, so it's a big, hefty, thick coin, and but they're still readily available on eBay, all over the shop on pricing. But that all comes down to the grade. One big caution with these coins is there are lots of copies. Okay, so make sure you are buying from someone you feel is legitimate, and they're not trying to rip you off, and it's not just a copy. Some of these, well, I don't know if some of these are necessarily not the real deal, but I've certainly seen tokens and those kind of things, and people generally will tell you if they're a token or not, which is good, or if the price is just ridiculously cheap and the condition is extraordinarily high, chances are it's not the real deal. So let's have a look at one. Let's have a look at, say, this one here, which is $195, but you can have a look at the detail there. Always have a look at, say, what the branch that she's holding. That tends to fade out a fair bit, and some of the cartwheel and the waves all tend, but this is sort of the first area. This one here is not particularly in great condition. For a $200 coin, I would expect to get a higher grade than that. But yeah, it's got a big nick there, but you can see there Georges III, and yeah, look, I think it's one that you should certainly aim to try and get a hold of. You can pick these up on special sometimes for around probably $30 to $40 would be a good sort of price range. If you want a really sort of decent one, you can get them for around $80. But we'll have a look at the sold figures on this particular coin and see how they've been selling recently. Okay, so here's some sales here, some fairly poor quality ones. There's one there from the UK up the top there, which has been banged around a bit. But let's scroll down further and see if we can get something. So here's a $45 one. Let's have a look at the condition of that one. It's not too bad. I'd be happy with that one for $45, to be honest. I think that's a fairly good conditioned coin for not too big a spend. So well worth getting one of these 1797 cartwheel pennies. Make sure it's the 2 penny. There's a 1 penny and a 2 penny version. The 2 penny one is the heavy one, which is the one you really want. So always make sure that it is the 2 penny. Up here you can see 1 penny and the 2 penny. Okay, So this one here is, yeah, it's a copy. Okay, so just be aware of that. Make sure you are checking and reading everything thoroughly when you come to buying one of these, or pick it up from a dealer. That's the safest way. All right, now the next coin on this video is one that I reckon you could probably noodle and hopefully find one. But if you're having no success, eBay or a coin dealer or one of the Facebook groups would certainly be the way to go. But this is a cheap coin, okay? So this is the 1991 Ram's Head 50-cent coin, and I love finding these. I absolutely love finding them. They're usually in fairly good condition. For a coin that is has been around in circulation for almost 30 years. It seems to hold up well, and I think people either just don't put them into circulation and just hold on to them, but it's just a nice looking coin, and it's the 25th anniversary of decimal currency here in Australia in 1991. So that is a nice, relatively cheap coin. You can see there, $6-7, depending on condition, $2.50 each right there. So let's have a look at some recent sold items. So there's a couple there for $6, and was it $2? Yes, it is $2, almost uncirculated. So nice cheap coin. For $3 or $4, you can get yourself one of these 50-cent coins. That is certainly a favorite of many collectors. All right, let's keep moving. This one here is a pre-decimal coin, and it is a 1927 Canberra florin. So a silver coin, obviously, and it is a 0.925 coin, so 92.5% silver. And if you're unfamiliar with this, all different gradings, all different pricing. A high grade coin, if I can get a photo of, hopefully, okay, let's have a look at this uncirculated one here. So the things you want to look for on a 1927 florin, people always talk about wear, okay? So where this coin tends to wear the most is around the 1927, which does last fairly well at 1927, even though it does stick up a bit. But they're always looking at the steps to the old Parliament House, okay? If you've got steps there and you can see the steps, well, it's a very nice high-grade coin. And this one certainly is a beautiful coin. And it's well worth having if you can pick one up. These guys, you know, they can be very expensive, but they can also be very cheap because they're in abundance. I'm not sure what the mintage was on these guys. I probably should have looked it up, but there was plenty of them. It's a commemorative coin, and when you've got commemoratives, usually they're going to be a fairly high mintage. So let's look at some sold figures on this one. So 10 of them there, sold for $110, 4 for $40, $12.50. So they're cheap, guys, and well worth having one or two in your collection. And obviously, depending on grade, will determine the price. And yeah, well worth adding to your collection. All right, the next one is also a pre-decimal. Certainly a little bit more expensive, and that is a 1925 penny. So this is the second lowest minted penny. Okay, so we got the 1930, the 1925, and then the 1946 being the third lowest. But this is the second lowest, and therefore the price does go up. Okay, so once again, with all these older coins, price is determined by condition, and you'll notice big fluctuations, certainly with the older coins, more so than you will with the newer sort of decimal coins, because there's abundance of coins that are in higher grades in the decimals. But these pre-decimal ones, they are all over the shop on grading and of course on price. So this is one I don't own. I'd love to have one at some stage. Now is not my time, but some stage I'd love to get myself a 1925 penny. And I do have a 46, but and I certainly do not have a 1930 penny, which I'm sure most of us would be aware of. So let's have a closer look. It says on this 117,000 is the mintage. I'm assuming that's correct. I haven't looked it up, but I know it's very low. So there it is, the 1925, and we have this King George V on the back. So grading wise, you're always looking at on the crown here. There are pearls and there are diamonds, and you'll often read in a here's one here. We'll show you in an add 6 pearls. So what that means is that the seller is saying that 6 pearls are visible on the crown. Boy, oh boy. Maybe if you zoom in, but not sure. But there's certainly some really good examples of high grade 1925s, and on any penny, that's what you want to be looking for. Is what's this one? Almost looks like it's been cleaned. But we'll have a look. Maybe not. But let's have a look at the. You can just sort of see the pearls on this one, but still a nice graded coin. But yeah, well worth having a look at those at some stage if you can afford to get one. So let's have a look at the price of recent sort of sales. That's a half penny. So we've got $150 for a fine version there. Here's a higher graded one at $195. So I had 9 bids on it. It's a beautiful looking coin too. Yeah, and you can see the pattern on the crown there a little bit more, but that really determines the price. Don't know if we've got any sales of some high dollar. We'll quickly scan down and have a look. There's a full set. Okay, here's one that's sold. It's got a broken N. Okay, bit of a variety there as well. And let's have a look at the crown on this one. Yeah, about the same as most of them, but I think the broken N really bumped up the price on that one to $425. No, I can't see any just by scanning right now. We can change it to price highest first. And here's one that sold for $825, and it says there 8 pearls. So, well, I didn't need to go into it, but we'll have a closer look at that one. And so this one was sold by the purple penny, so you know it's going to be a good coin. So, yeah, you can see there very clearly the pearls and the diamonds. So it's a very nice high grade coin. So the purple penny is a store in Adelaide, and they've also got a very good website, so check them out. Now the last one is the 1972 5-cent coin. Now this is sort of the coin that we always try to hunt for when we're going through 5-cent coins. There's really 2 that we really try to hunt for nowadays, but the 1972 has been the one that everyone's been looking for well, most of the time, up until we found out that the changeover in 2016 was even lower mintage. Now we grab all those as well. But the 1972 5-cent coin is the 5-cent coin that people want to hold on to, and they can be found. And sometimes you'll find 2 in a roll, and then you will not find any for hundreds of dollars worth of 5-cent coins. So let's have a look at some of the pricing of these. Most of the grades on these that are pulled out of circulation are always going to be about the same. Unless you're willing to buy one from a set, you will have to pay big dollars. So let's have a look through here. There's been quite a few different ones. So here's an ad for the 2 lowest, which is a 72 and the 16, as I said. But let's just have a look and see. Here's a coin that's graded MS66, and that will be interesting to see where that one ends up selling for. I think I'm going to watch that one. All right, so we can have a look at the sold figures on these ones. So we got $5.50, $7.60, and there's a MS66. So that was, I think it was an MS66 I was just looking at a moment ago. That one sold for $46 plus $10 worth of postage, which I think is not too bad for a coin that is highly sought after. It's not a bad buy. And we can't really zoom in any closer, but yes, MS66. So nice high uncirculated condition coin. So that is it for today, guys. That's our 5 that we've looked at. That's another 5 that we've added to the coins that we should all be trying to get into our grasps and put into our collections. And I wish you best of luck. Some of you probably have a number of these coins. I think there's probably only 1 coin out of that lot that I don't have, which is the 1925 penny. Let me know in the comments below which of these 5 coins you've got, and I'll be interested to read those comments. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll certainly have another video very soon.